Uh, as you can tell by this intro, considering I was looking the other way, uh, got no clue what I'm on about today. Honestly, I was just thinking, like, I haven't made a video in a little bit, so I'm just like, should probably make one. Where the fuck did I get the bat from? This was not on the. Okay, never mind. But I've got my bat. Um, yeah. I just felt like I should make one because I feel like there's something somewhere in my head that I should probably speak on something, but I don't know. I do know now that there are actual people watching this, maybe, because I did send this to group chats on XD Everything app. Well, group chat. So if LJ's there, hello LJ. I don't know if Owen would be there, but hello. Um, yeah. So I'm just, I don't know, just yapping. Uh, like realistically, I just came into this because like as like a mental health log or whatever originally, but now I don't. I feel like I've already gotten everything out. Obviously, there's going to be more at some point because your mental health never just like gets solved because that's stupid. To you're naive if you believe that because it's always an ongoing thing. But like, yeah, I'm pretty sorted, mate. I was having a nice conversation. Okay, right. Let's preface this right. I'm a heterosexual man. I'm an extremely not extremely. I'm a little gay, but everyone's a little gay. As in, like, I'm a little zesty, on some Blackboy Mac shit, but I'm not gay. And I had a guy fucking go in my DMs with some on some hey handsome heart eyes emoji bullshit. I ignored it. A guy deactivated his whole account. That was his all or nothing, I guess. And it's not even like it was a troll or anything, because I, I had one mutual with him on multiple accounts, but he had 70 people on his fucking Insta, and he could not handle that shit apparently, getting aired. So yeah, but regardless of that, I showed my sister, and she was talking about how it was like, oh, your profile picture might be a little zesty. It's the same one on here. That's my Insta profile picture, but um, and I was just like, yeah, well, and then she came into my room later, just like to make sure that didn't take like a big mental toll on me, because we were just talking about how like, yeah, it looks a little zesty. I don't care because that is just me, innit? You know, a little fruity. See how I'm talking with my boys, innit? But yeah, and then she was like, "You're all okay though," and I was like, in my head, I was thinking, because then she just asked it as a general question. In my head, I was thinking, okay, I heard that I'm just like, oh shit, I got a job application to do. I just remember because she sent me one, but she was like, oh, just like, how are you in it? Because I think I previously opened up about how I'm just in this depressed state, so I don't like feel any urge to do housework. But like yesterday, I fully just freestyled a burrito recipe. It is, I'm actually the greatest to have ever done it. I just need to throw some vegetables in it next time. Just make a healthier version, really. For one, for texture, two, for health. But yeah, I'm starting to feel urges. I'm clearly that means I must be feeling somewhat better because I'm actually doing stuff on my own, and I'm not like dragging myself through it. Like I'm better in the gym. Like today, I had a decent session, pool day. Then tomorrow legs, and I'm probably gonna want to die, but I don't even do legs. I just do lower. But yeah, I am just like running out of money though. So yeah, I paid 330 quid for my driving lessons. That was 200 quid of that was from my nanny, and then things wherever like the remainder of that was the last of my birthday money, I think. So yeah, but that's another 10 hours. So hopefully that helps. I don't have to buy more because I'm out of money, and I bought my gym membership today, which is 25 quid. Because I'm technically still a full time student, so it's not like I'm fully lying, but yeah, and so that's why I need to make this membership this month count loads because yeah, I'm running out of money. I'm slowly gonna go broke, and I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to get a haircut. Luckily, I get discounts for my haircuts because my barber loves me. Oh shit. So that's only £8. But like, just the big focal point in life is just money. Like, I can't afford anything. I'm so naive thinking I could get a job by this point, but I can't because also I hope this bat is serving like the same purpose as Subway Surfers gameplay because it's fun. But yeah, I'm just running out of money because I'm broke, and then like we've had to spend so much money recently just as a family. Like, well, not as a family. Like, I think my sister's sound, but like my mum's had to pay a locksmith because our fucking door broke and I couldn't get out the house trying to go to my driving lesson. I had to break out of my own house by going out the back. Then I had to break back in. But yeah, so it's just like, why why do I have to be so broke? You know, I was watching a CM Punk promo earlier, back from like, I think 2006 Ring of Honor. And I forgot what I said. I forgot what he said. He said he talked about was it? Yeah, it was like pissing it all. Like, you scratch and claw for everything, and you piss it all away for booze. Whatever. I think it was about against Raven. And that's just how I feel towards the world. Like, I just see people, they've got so much. That's how I feel towards like my own father, a bit to my sister 'cause she started drinking. And I'm just like, yeah, you're doing all this, but you drink, and you're irredeemable in my eyes. You know, you're scum. And like, that's not even like a major belief. Like, I'm not gonna like fucking cut a whole person off because they drink. And my best friend drinks, but like, you are truly just not like, you know. Like, I remember being like, I remember saying to like my friends and stuff, like when they asked like why haven't I drank or anything, or like if I've drank, and I say no, I'm straight edge, and they're like, oh, because if they know what it is. If they don't, I explain it, and I always say I don't think I'll be that kind of like supremacist straight edge where it's like, I'm straight edge, I'm better than you, you are fucking, you're a piece of shit, scum of the earth, which it took about 2 or 3 weeks, and then I just realized they are scum of the earth, and they are, you know, they are what I am better than them, regardless of how finicky and like semantic it's no, not semantic, pedantic it is. That's just how I feel. And is it cope for not being good enough in my own head? Maybe, but I feel like you're associating it with trauma, and the trauma of what I've gone through and how evil that is, and how I'm witnessing it, like alcoholism, you know, destroy not only my life, you know, it destroyed my sister's life, my mum's life. Because like, bear in mind, my mum was 18, stuck with an alcoholic for 17 years. I don't know how long they were married for, maybe longer, but like, they were together for that long, and they just, you know, and she's finally free. No, much more than 17 years. I'm stupid. They broke up in like 2021, 2022. Like, divorced. And so, what the fuck is happening over there? Fire alarm. Um, but yeah. And then like my aunt and uncle are going through that, and he's trying to be somewhat sober, and like he was for a decent bit, but then, you know, his family, I hate his family, like I hate his side of the family. You know, just pushing him and pushing him, and like, come on, you're trying to ruin this man's life. because you guys are pieces of shit and you can't accept the fact that someone could try and better themselves, you know? Um, yeah. So, all that's to say, I don't remember where I started this. I started on a CM Punk promo. I don't know why I brought it up. But, yeah, that's just where I am. I've become, like, one of those, like, supremacist straight edge. I'm like, I'm better than you. And then, because, like, okay, yeah, stretch on, it all comes down to monetary problems. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I've recentered myself. And it's like, so that CM Punk quote of, like, you have all the fame, the money, or whatever, you piss it away for booze. You see, like, it's not just booze, it's not just alcohol and stuff, not just drugs, but, like, people get all this whilst being bad people, you know, whilst being that scum, whilst being that, like, poison to society. What do I get for being just a civilian, for being a citizen, for just serving the country? I don't serve the country. What, as in just like being a functioning member of society? What do I get? I get a spit in the face and a kick in the balls, and say, "Oh, maybe if you get your money up." And I say, "How do I get? Okay, let me try to get my money up. Let me go get a job." Oh, nah, actually, nah. Fuck you. You're not getting a job. You're young. You're a young person. This is all for the adult stuff. Go do like teenager stuff. Okay, let me go do teenager stuff. I need money, cause I'm broke, and the adults have priced us out. And they're like, okay, go get a job then. I can't get a job. You just told me to fuck off. You know, and it's just that constant cycle. And me, and just our level in society have just, as young people, we're fucked. But then, like, I was also saying this to my sister because when we just look at jobs, it's like, you look at the people, think about all your friends who have jobs, think about everyone you know, like, all the young people you know who have jobs. Majority of them don't need it. Majority of them work as if, like, like, their parents haven't bought them a fucking car. I always, like, accidentally default to saying their mum has bought them a car. No, because I'm just used to thinking of just, like, my mum. But they have both parents in a happy marriage buying them shit, paying for their driving, getting them jobs, or like even if they don't get them jobs, because a lot of it is a connections game, and not even just that, but like the universe decides, the rich get richer, they could get a job, you know, and like my aunt and uncle own a chippy, like a chip shop, and they've rejected me 3 different times whilst like being so like, oh, you know, our workers are so incompetent, we need like, he literally said, this is an exact quote, is they're actually so incompetent, i'd like I'd actually like, we need to get you, like someone like you in. And I said, yeah, I'd actually be like sounding the chippy, like I know what I'm doing, I can cook, I can, well, even though like cooking's not a big thing, but like I can learn really well, you know, I could just like get it down. And she's like, yeah, yeah, like you'd actually be perfect. So I'm like, okay, why don't you hire me? I haven't actually asked that, but like of 3 times where I'm literally your blood nephew, you're like the third child of this generation. You know, because it's my older sister, my older cousin, then me, and I just, not me. Okay, sure, but they have whatever reason they have for not hiring me. And I can't just dwell on that and be like, "Oh, woe is me." Even though I'm doing that now, I I deserve to be a bit of a like an impasse with that, because like I'm poor. You know, I'm not even poor. Like I say this, I keep like rephrasing it in my head a lot. I'm not poor. I'm broke, because when I say poor, some people think, you know, I'm destitute. Well, destitute and poor are like synonyms, but you know, like I've never had to go hungry. I've always had the roof over my head, whatever. But like we're scraping by in it, but it's not even like scraping by as in like like we're scratching and clawing our way over. It's like, it's more like the people above us are just like standing on us and using us as like a fucking snowboard or a skateboard, dragging us across, whilst they cruise real easy. And that's not to diminish whatever problems they have, but it is because I don't care. Mine are more important because I'm me, and I like it's. I don't get why it's a crazy thing to say. I don't care about your problems, unless they're my problems, and I think more people need to adopt that mentality of like, you don't need to help everyone because no one's helping you. I've found that, I always notice I was like the friend who was um, I'd be the substitute friend. I think a lot of people feel that where there's a substitute friend in the friend group where like, oh, if there's they're bored or whatever, and there's literally nobody else, they'll come up to me or whatever. That was me with like I kind of I was like sixth man of the year award, where like I'd be the first one subbed in, but I kind of lost my train of thought there. But you get it, right? Or when I see someone like, this is a great analogy. Look at my teeth; they are mangled, right? I have a tooth back here, got a gap here, and then my molars are just bent out of shape. My canines used to be up here, like I was a vampire. I literally got my teeth pulled just so they could come down, and yeah, my bottom teeth as well. Just like, not terrible, but they're fucked. But and my cousin, his teeth are basically perfect, and he's got braces. Like, okay, and like this isn't even like a matter of, oh, I should have just been more proactive with my dentistry or whatever. I've been on a 2-year wait list for one appointment for like not even 2 years. Like, that's the crazy thing. The wait list is 2 years. I've had one appointment in that whole time. My other friend, whose teeth were perfectly they were perfectly fine, he had his entire braces treatment done in the time it got me to have one appointment. And so I've sacked off braces. I don't want to get them. I don't know when my next appointment actually is. That's how long it's been. Well, my next appointment was supposedly, but and that kind of just like feeds into like, it's a really good analogy to rich get richer. It's like, yeah, I've not got fucking teeth out the wazoo. I mean, I kind of do. They're fucked. They've literally like they've formed quite nicely, kind of, in my mouth because I've literally like kind of forced them to. And they've just been set for this for so long. I've lived the majority of my life with my teeth being fucked. And then like some people make fun of that, and I don't really care because it's like, you're fixated on my teeth, But these guys get braces, and I'm like a priority case. I'm in dire need, and these man with fucking Colgate smiles are getting braces for micro adjustments, and that's another thing. They'll have them for maybe a year max. I'd have mine until I'm in my mid-20s. I just know for a fact I would. And so I'm just like, sack it off. This is not my problem anymore. And that's just a quite a decent analogy to like my situation just in life, of why like I just see other people succeeding, and I'm like, I would be like so compassionate and so like, yeah, go on, lad. Like, if they'd come from some kind of struggle, but you've only known comfort your whole life, and then the only struggle you've had is having a job or whatever that was given to you like really easily, that you didn't need. You literally did this for extra money when like for a fact your parents probably would have funded it, like funded whatever you wanted regardless. Like, my mum even said to me, like, oh, if you ever want to like do something or whatever, like I can fund it for you because like you don't really get to do stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that I can understand like why she said that, because I don't get to do stuff, but it's like, I don't want to just like take your money and waste it, because it's like, I shouldn't have to do that, I shouldn't have to, like, just in a general sense, not even just like in this particular context or like my situation, I shouldn't have to take money from you, or like I shouldn't have to like have you tell me that I'm gonna give you money so you can do stuff. I shouldn't need that. I should just like I feel bad just for asking for money for stuff, but like, you know, I should have my own money because I should have a job, and you know, just society's fucked me, and like I just think in my head, like, or speak to myself, and I'm like, I've crawled from the fucking bottom of whatever, you know, just like a cog in a machine. I remember this is also quite a good analogy of in primary school. I remember noticing this. No teacher, like, if you weren't my teacher, you would like or have taught me in the past. Okay, wait, let's use a better example. The head teacher, right? The principal, for those who are American, the head teacher, he knew like quite a few. Obviously, he like run a school full of like 800 kids or whatever. But is that 800? Maybe. I don't know. I can't do maths. I can, but I can't be asked. Like 500 kids, let's say. And like he remember, there are definitely names that are poignant to him, and that stick out to him. And specifically with my year, I don't know why he had like quite a few that stuck out to him. I wasn't one of those, but I was like, you know, towards the top of some of my classes, I was like, yeah, no, like I was like very, very, very smart in year 5. It was actually like, not worrying. What the fuck is playing right now? Is that James Marriott? Why is it? Oh my god. Never. Never again. No. But, yeah. So, is that another ad? Bastards. Yeah. And I'm like, why do I get recognized? And then I think, now I know, like, one, you know, I'm kind of insignificant, but like, he knew like a lot of my year, but not me. And like I remember like several times he asked, like he needed to be reminded of my name and stuff. And I think that stuck out to me because I'm like, that's not fair. You know this guy. You know her teacher, her mum's a teacher. You know her mum works there. I think that's kind of poignant to what I'm saying. Is like they have these connections, they have the privilege, and I don't. And I'm now look at me. You know, I crawled, I scratched, I begged, I and I'm here now. I'm up at this point where everything's up in the air, but I just feel like just a member of society. I don't feel like an individual. Like obviously I have my own individual experience, but like, do I feel that? Like, do I feel like I'm a person? You know, I feel like I'm LARPing as a person, and like I'm a background character, and like stuff just happens around me, and I think that's part of like just part of like me having a lapsed childhood, teenage years of. And obviously, COVID had an effect, but like people talk about stuff they did outside of school and everything, or like when they went out with like other friends, and like we are just as close, but we haven't done any of that, and so I'm just hearing stories, or like, I'm just hearing people talk about stuff that I had no hand in, and even like sometimes when we go to like a PlayStation party or something, and we talk about like an inside joke, or like we joke about that, and then we'd go into our thing. Ooh. And we'd go into school the next day, and then we'd like carry on joking. But then the guy was like, "Oh, how do you know about that, bro? We were in a 4-person party. I was in there. I'm the like, you know." And I think that just being stripped of that individuality really like damages you as a person. And that's one thing I should have prefaced earlier. It's like, um, I because at LJ he said, um, you know, I feel like some of his insecurities were spoke on, and I'm just like, yeah, that really just like warmed my heart, because that's kind of what I want to be. Like, I know I said I'm sick of helping people and not being helped, but this is like the ultimate form of helping myself, and I'm bringing others up with me. So kind of, I noticed that in my secondary school of a lot of people dragged other people down to put themselves up, but a lot of them were already up, and like someone like me, I'm low down, and they'd stomp me down, they'd Gumba footstool me, and just push me down further to make themselves look like they're going higher, and then they'd like, or sometimes they'll just like dive on you. They can use you as a springboard. They can springboard off you, jump up, and get even higher whilst shoving you down, and maybe you bounce back. Sometimes you deform and you go down. That's a nice little gymnastic reference there. But that's just how it felt. I remember like even back in primary school, we were doing tuck jumps off a trampette. I remember one time I did the jump, and my neck just went. I don't know what happened, but something like some kind of shit got fucked with my neck. Basically, I snapped back, and it was just a really loud, and everyone was like wide-eyed, scared. And then like the next week, we were doing the same thing again because it was in PE, and the PE teacher goes like, I forgot what it was. We were doing tuck jumps again, like off a trampette over a vaulting board, I think. But just guy had no clue that happened. Literally a week removed, maybe, and he was like, "Oh, was that you? Oh, okay." And I'm just like, "Okay, I understand you're in a primary school, but like, I feel like a kid's neck almost breaking." And the fact that he was so scared about it, because I remember when he got me, because my leg was still back, and then I just went like this. I went like that. Oh my god! I hit my eyes with my hair. Oh, I hit straight eyeball. Oh my god, that's a feeling. But he was like this. He was scared. He thought it was broken. He was like already trying to put me in recovery position, but I was fine. And I'm like, wow, am I just that insignificant? It kind of stuck with me, especially like because my PE teacher was one of the few like adult male presences I had in my life. I didn't attribute a father role figure to him, but just the concept of like a man in my life as a child that wasn't my abusive father. That was just like that was beautiful. I just and I never really had that consistently because like from that I just like one incredible way I threw the poster down. I was like, "Fuck you." And then I just like from that point how old was I? 9 maybe. It was between 7 and 9, and from that point I realized I need to just stop idolizing every man in my life that's not my dad. And then I didn't, and look at me, I'm such a well-adjusted person having no father figure in my life ever. No real father figure. Because I remember saying this in college, not college, in school, that you can have a dad, but you can't have I mean, you can have a father, but you don't always have a dad, because biologically you will have some kind of sperm from someone. And then I remember I said that next to my friend whose dad left when he was young, and then like and people were like, "Oh, whoa," and like we're close, but I was like, he was like, "Oh, can you expand on that?" Because like I could tell like we had that kind of fatherless connection, I guess, of like biologically you would have a dad. I mean, you'd have a father, but as being a dad, that's why you say stepdad when they're nice and a stepfather when they're evil, because it's that role does just means more. Um, but yeah, and I didn't really have. I had a father, and I don't even like calling him my father. Like my sister calls him the sperm donor. I sometimes say dad just because it's easier, but I'm just like whatever. He's a piece of shit, and I hate him. and I truly hope he suffers in life. I hope his alcoholism catches up to him, and I hope he suffers through death. And I hope it's long and it's miserable, and he doesn't enjoy the pleasure of, I don't know, whatever pleasures would await someone who's older. But yeah, and that's what a nice way to end it off, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna end it because it's half an hour. It's not really long. Yeah, I don't like going too long. Because retention or whatever, I stopped playing with my bat like 10 minutes in maybe. So I just might not even be anyone here. Maybe just LJ. But yeah, that's about. I'd say that's about it. I wonder how fucked I'm gonna get on the thumbnail auto selection. Because luckily, if you look at all of them, they're all quite decent. Aside from the one where I'm like that or whatever, because I'm like I was throwing my hands around. But like I've been blessed by them so far, and I think okay. I know I said I was gonna end, but a little more on that because I'm really insecure about my looks. I think for the longest time, I'd rate myself a 3 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10, and the only reason it was that high in the first place, I used to say this because I used to say that because I was tall, and I was much taller than other people, especially at my age. Now I don't know what I rate myself, like a 6 maybe or a 7. I think I'm a much better looking guy now, but I've opened up about my body dysmorphia or whatever. But like even just doing this, I like seeing how filled out this shirt is, and I'm like, because I was always so tiny or like so scrawny, and yeah, I think this is the best I've looked in a while, even though I'm kind of naff right now. It's still really nice. I think you just have to look out for that. You just gotta like. One thing that's great, washing your hair. Don't wash it every day, wash it every 2 or 3 days, depending on texture. If you got like straight like 1A hair like me, wait like 3 days between every wash. Trust me. And condition. I condition and it's a game changer. Medicated shampoo maybe as well. Because your hair means so much to your look. And just like present yourself with more confidence. Be more confident with your looks, because like you notice when someone doesn't feel confident in themselves, they shrink down to like push their chin in, or like they tuck their chin in. You're like, oh, where's my jawline? But like if you just poke out, I don't really have a jawline, but I say that fucking sharp, mate. Look at that, I'm like the Rizzler. But like, if you just look forward, you're just like, if you just literally like chin up, keep your head high. And then your posture, just roll your shoulders back, not like that, just like give it a little roll back, drop down, and then that's it. If you feel like insecure about your belly poking out, maybe it's your posture, maybe you're poking out too much like this, maybe you need to hunch over a little bit, Truly, a lot of your looks is just realising that you need to be more confident in yourself. You have much more potential than you realise in yourself. But yeah, okay. I feel like I could have saved that for the next video. Fuck's sake. I'm not gonna cut that either. Right, that's about it. See ya.